Good morning, and once again, we're live, realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. We're on our YouTube channel, Gridiron Talk, Week 9. We're live from Ram Country Auto World, where you can come in and take a pre-owned, late-model vehicle, truck, car, or SUV. Come by 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. Felix Tames is here, along with Grant Bibb and the staff. Make sure you guys come by as we're Week 9, Gridiron Talk. We got Coach Roger Olivas, the defensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles, as the CC Wind Mavericks are on their bye week. And big game, big week this week, Week 9, as we're ending the regular season and the district season, as the Eagles took care of United South on Friday night, 27-10, as the big 5-turnover, 4 interceptions in that game that turned the game around after giving up those 10 points early on in the game to United South. And again, we welcome you again to realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. We're talking X's and O's. And today, Coach Roger Olivas will talk to us as Coach, it's game day, and I know Coach Tom has some stuff to do and take care of. And thank you for joining us always. As this is kind of one of those games where you have family over there on that side, and how is it coaching against, a family member, your nephew?
Well, it's always tough, and good morning. Thank you for having us, Freddie. And it is tough. Our family is very tight. We do everything together. If I'm not working, at the high school or football or track, I'm with my family, and we're a very big family, and we do everything together. We go vacations, we do everything together, and it's a very tough week for our family.
Split.
We're very, yes. And, everybody, mutual respect. Christian's done probably the best two-sport athlete that Eagle Pass has ever had, and, he proved it in high school and in college, and, he's like my son, and all my nephews are, but me and him have always had a tight bind. We're a lot alike. We're very competitive, and and it's been a tough week. And yes, he called to wish me luck, and vice versa. But it's on the down low this week.
You're coming in 3-1 in district play overall. It's 8-1 overall, 7-1 overall. And of course, this game is set up where it's a Thursday night, and it's our game of the week, our Thursday night football game of the week. So make sure you guys catch us on our YouTube channel. It's going to be live video and audio. We're the only ones out there tonight that are going to be able to, you actually can sit down and watch the game. You can go to Rody's Country Fried Chicken. They're going to have it on their YouTube channel there. So go by and pick up your family pack. A $35 party Friday night pack on a Thursday night. 10-piece chicken, 10-piece tenders, gizzards, a large gizzards, fries, and everything for just $35. Yeah, so you get the party pack there at Rody's Country Fried Chicken. Rick, and it's Thursday. It kind of feels, again, for us, our Thursday show, we have it, but then Friday is game day. For you guys today, it's game day. So a bit different. Also, the weather played a factor in kind of getting some work in early on. A short week for you guys. They've been actually preparing for Eagle Pass for 2 weeks because they were off last week. They had their bye week. And what did you guys talk about after the game, with the United South game? Of course, you guys came up big in that late in that first half, and stopped the momentum that they had. With an interception, and then more to come after that. But what did you guys talk about after that game?
United South was a very good team. They had very good offensive line, obviously, a few receivers, but their quarterback and running back were the keys to the game. We needed to stop them, and they came out, and nobody's done that till they came down in the opening series and scored on us. And not only that, they completed a huge pass on the second series that set them up for a field goal. And after that, our defense settled down. He said, look, guys, they're not doing anything different that we prepared for. We just got to play ball. They want it right now more than we do. And like you said, that interception late in the first quarter that Eric got, and all of a sudden we got the momentum back. We got life. Our defense started playing. We made some adjustments on defense. Football is about making adjustments, and our kids we went to our adjustments, other adjustments we made in the game, and they started playing football. And after that, we talk about ending the second half. The last 4 minutes of the second half and the first 4 minutes of the first half, and they were big. We made some stops there. We blocked that punt for a touchdown, and after that, it just snowballed on them, and we started playing football.
Of course, 5 turnovers from the Land Shark defense, and of course, you guys clinch a playoff berth. Of course, today, if you guys win, there's a lot at stake because there's seeding involved in big school, small school, Division I, Division II, and that kind of thing in the Region 4. But we go back, Coach. Ryan Chisholm wasn't available for last week's game, but everybody kind of stepped in and did what they had to do, as we have. Live right now, we have Grant Bibb, General Manager of Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. Call him out at 830-872-3444. As we have him on, he's traveling to San Antonio. Grant, you're on the air.
Thank you. Hey, Roger, I want to get on to ask Roger a couple questions. Great job last week, Roger. We're family and all that.
Yes, sir.
What did you guys do at halftime? Because Freddie and I talked about the keys to the game, and number 22, the running back, was getting by, and we couldn't stop him. What did y'all talk about at halftime? Because at halftime, when you guys came out, you all absolutely stopped them. So what were the keys at halftime and adjustments y'all made?
One of the keys was they were running away from our strength. They were running away from Quiporos and Moy Rocha. They were running to our short side, so we moved Moy Rocha to the short side of the field. And we started stunning him from the outside to the inside, taking some gaps away. And it turned out to be we call it, we have a certain name for it, and we just called it in. And they kept going to their short side, and we kept running that same stun, and they had no answer for it.
Yeah, again, Freddie and I talked about that at home, and it was clearly obvious that the defense played lights out in the second half. The other thing, I know that Christian, and I heard you talking about it. I know it's weird because when you were the DC, you got to watch Christian and your other nephew play and root for them because they're on the same team. So I'm sure you're going to do everything you can and throw everything at them, but being a short week and the opponent, because the goal is to win, but I know that it's tough when it's against family, but what do you do differently? Because you lose a day of preparation because now it's cut by a day and you have to play. So what did you do differently to get the Land Shark ready defense for tonight's game?
Well, the good thing is that we had a practice on Saturday. It's something we've been doing the last 2 years. After we lost to Medina Valley last year, early in the year, and our kids didn't tackle well, we do a tackling circuit, and then we do some fun things with the kids to get them, to be able to come Saturday and look forward to it. And so we got a lot of things done on that Saturday, and we did have a short week. Weather didn't help. We had to be on the band pad this week because our fields were soaked. But, it's late in the year. We're going to do what we're going to do, where our identity is. They're going to do what their identity is. And, and it's going to be the best team. The team that executes the best and makes the less mistakes is going to win tonight because we're both two equally matched teams.
Yeah, we talked about y'all's speed, and I keep giving you credit where credit's not because we're family, but, I mean, the way your defense just slides towards the football, it's impressive to watch, especially being up in the box with Freddie up there calling the game. You can see 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hats flying to the ball. So I know you guys, that's part of what you instill in them. It's part of your terminology and what you want to get them. So we're going to need that, especially against this good team. But any big key injuries? I mean, is Ryan? I heard you talking about Ryan Chisholm. I talked to David. Is he cleared to players? Are we gonna?
Yeah, he got cleared yesterday, so he'll be ready to go. We just got to get him up to par on our game plan for this week. I mean, he knows it. We just got to make sure we go over it again with him. Make sure that all our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. And he's a gamer. He's been in that situation before. He's a big presence on the field, and we're going to need him tonight.
Okay, man. Well, good luck, Raj. As always, just keep doing what you're doing. And TNP, man, take no prisoners.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Grant Bibb, General Manager of Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. 830-872-3444. As with that, we'll take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk more about Alexander and the guys, the key guys that we'll be looking at tonight and Thursday night game of the week. Brought to you by Ram Country Auto World, RealSportsLife.com, Real Sports Life Southwest. We'll be back with more after this.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
Hey guys, Eddie Sanchez, owner of Kumo Fitness, located at 575 Commercial Street, Town Eagle Pass. We invite you guys to come join us. We got equipment for everything from machines to free weights to bumpers. You name it, we got it. Come check us out, guys.
Hilda Martinez, School Board Place 4, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the Eagle Pass CC Win Mavericks a successful 2018 football season. Go Eagles, go Mavericks.
Hilda Martinez, School Board member, proven experience, the right choice.
And we're back live, Ram Country Auto World, week 9 of Gridiron Talk, as we're with Coach Roger Olivas, and we're looking at some notes, Coach. Of course, it starts up front with your front line, Moy Rocha and Manny Rodriguez, and then you go to your defense of your linebackers in Roger Ulloa and David Quipros. And I'm touching on those seniors. I'm touching on the seniors because those are the guys that have been coming up big. Of course, even the underclassmen have done a tremendous job in Schisler and Salinas and yeah. And then, of course, you got your defensive backs in Leckler and Monsivais, and then you got your safeties in Molleda, who you can switch over to a linebacker and bring in, Eric Heredia to the safety position, and you can switch them, or you can even bring them to the cornerback position. Now you're getting healthy at the right time. You got guys coming back. Christian Bárcena, who went out early on in the year, he hasn't been able to. So you made that switch where you moved one of your corners to safety, and how big is that, and how big of a dividend has that been to count on a player to switch a position and to understand? And I know we talked about it earlier during the season, that you say that corners know the safety position and safety knows corner position, but there's certain schemes in a safety and certain schemes in a corner, but to have that, how big is that, Coach?
Not all our players can do it. Some of them can, and Christian Bárcena is one of them. Eric's one of them, and Nico's one of them. And rightfully so. Even Ryan has done it over the last couple of years. But we, during our off season, we do it. We let the corners play some safety, just so they can know. We do a lot of read coverages, and we do a lot of reading routes and stuff, and so they can learn what the other person has coming forth, and it plays dividends in the year. We do it during our two-a-days and early in the year in our scrimmages. Yes, their primary position may be corner safety, but we like to mix it in sometimes. You never know what you're going to have. We were fortunate enough to have 7 out of the 8 second DBs coming back from last year. So, it was a real blessing when you have that experience back there. Like you said, we had 2 linebackers coming back. We had 3 guys up front that play. You forgot David Santos is also a senior who's played real well for us. And, even Jorge Gonzalez has come up. George has come up real big for us. So we've had a lot of guys step up, that got moved up from our JV, from our freshman team, like Charlie Schuster you mentioned. And, No, we've had a lot of kids step up and make plays. Our defense has been solid all year, even the loss to United. I think we gave up 240 yards total offense. Alexander is a different monster. They have a real good quarterback. They have a real good tailback, a very talented tailback, a very real good offensive line, and then you can't forget about Laurel and their receiving crew. That Laurel was I think Pedraza was the player of the year last year.
Yeah, last year as a sophomore. Yeah.
And Laurel was receiver of the year last year. So
as a junior, now he's a senior.
Yeah.
And then you compliment him with Diaz on the outside and Alex Eli now and Alex Maldonado, the slot receiver. Yes. So now you have, and I've been very fortunate enough to cover Alexander and to cover United and cover United South and have a little bit more intake of actually seeing these guys on the field and what they bring. Of course, right now, Junior Rodriguez, the junior quarterback, has been stepping in after Matthew Connor went down against Laredo Martin in week 4, where that was our Thursday night game of the week, and they came out of that one battered, so to speak. They were hurt for the most part, most of their guys, and Laurel was hurt with a hip injury early on in the season, so he's gradually coming back. But then you have their senior leadership in Donnie Etheridge, the safety who's big for them. And then with Pedraza, you also have another running back in Carlos Canales. Yes. And he's smaller than Peraza. Peraza is a little bit taller, a little bit fuller, but Carlos Canales reminds me more of what we saw last week with Brian Benavides, and Brian Benavides is just a sophomore. Again, he's one of those kids that can run the ball tough. He's a senior. But he'll get you those tough yardage. And Pedraza, again, he's their leader. And then you got Iker Jaimes, the sophomore also over there. So you got a slew of receivers, and they have some weapons on the offensive side, Coach. And
yes, they do. And like you said earlier, they have used 3 or 4 running backs, even Ruth Ferguson, who is Joey Ferguson's son, who was my neighbor growing up and was a real good football player for us here. He was an all-state safety for the Eagles back in the 90s. So, they have a lot of talent, but I think it goes back to they have a very good offensive line.
Offensive line, exactly, and it starts up in the front. Yeah, you were talking about Bruce Ferguson. He's just a sophomore, and then you have Miklos Gonzalez, a big back, number 45, and that guy is a train wreck, waiting to happen. He's a big kid, and he went down in that Martin game, so he's also coming back. But it starts up front, just like you said. Up front for us, also for Eagle Pass, it starts up front with Galindo and Villarreal and Guardado and offensive line. And if you open those holes and you get Hernandez and Saúl Perales and you get Herrera, who happens to right now be our closer for the most part, because he's come in and late in the games and closed out drives where he's come in and carried the ball. I think in that last drive he carried it 4 or 5 times, and he basically scored the touchdown.
He's gaining confidence. He's a freshman. He's gaining confidence. Again, it starts up front. The line's got to provide some holes for them, and they have. And, you always have the threat of Ray being out there, so you can't fall asleep on him. And the freshman's growing up. Before our eyes, he's growing up.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Coach, with Sergio Salinas, he's been a part of. He was at United South. He moved to Alexander, but the culture that he brings to the table. What.
Sergio's a real good coach, and I'm not saying that because my nephew's there, but we have a lot of respect for Sergio and what he's done. He was a defensive coordinator at United many years ago, and he did a great job there. And he went to South, and he carried that over there. His mentality, the way he approaches things, his professionalism, everything he does. He's a stand-up person and does everything. He has his culture, as they say, and he does it very well. And people buy into what he does. He's one of those hands-on coaches, and he's on the field. He likes to get down and dirty, and the kids respect for him and respond to him and play for him. And that's a tough matchup.
Yeah, as we look at, I was going to touch on some numbers for last week. I know last week against United South, again, like you said, we started slowly. You guys started slowly, and then kind of progressed towards the end. But you gave up 19 first downs last week and 145 yards rushing, 195 passing. It was kind of even. You had 239 and they had 240. So, it was one of those games where the defense came up big and gave the offense short field to work with.
Like I said, United South had a good offensive line, a real good running back and quarterback, Vela on the outside. And, we had our hands full, and they took advantage of, we had some kids out, and, we had a safety out in Chisholm, and they, we put in a sophomore there, and they picked on them early in the game, and they got some completions. I think one of them, you said they had 195. Well, 60 was on one play.
On one play, yeah. They hit number one on that.
We did have 4 interceptions. We should have had 5. The other one was an interception inbounds. They called out of bounds. So our secondary started off slow, and they picked it up. And as our front, our linebackers weren't filling holes in the gap, They got out to the outside, a couple of us. We didn't contain very well. And, those are the things we fixed in the second and third quarter. And, and then I think on top of everything, what goes unnoticed is that the whole fourth quarter, our second string and the guys that do all the grinding and the work got in there to play, and they got in their minutes and get in their experiences. That's how you learn. They got to play the whole fourth quarter.
Exactly. Well, and getting moving forward, because again, you're gonna need some of those kids coming through, not only for next year, but in this playoff run that you're gonna go into this year in 2018. And of course, you guys are just behind Alexander. They're 3-0. You guys are 3-1. United is 2-0. They were idle last week. No, they played last week, so they're 3-0. I'm sorry. They played LBJ. I was trying to remember who they played. Yeah, they played LBJ. And
Alexander was off.
Alexander was off. But, Coach, I know for you guys, how is it that you're getting into your open week after this week, and then it's the last game of the season, the district season. But would you rather have the open week early or late? That's another thing that
I mean, there's pros and cons for both. You don't want to have it too early, but I like Alexander had it at a good time where they could, heal up their kids and stuff, and it would have been good for us to have it more in the middle. But late in the year, now we get to rest up some kids late in the year, get ready for our playoff run, get to go watch. We're gonna go watch the Valley tomorrow and next week. So we get to watch, and this game's gonna determine who we're gonna play. So we have a pretty good idea of who we're going to go watch, and we'll be on the, after tonight's game, we'll have a pretty good understanding who we're going to play. So it had its benefits. One year when Peter Juve and them, we had the last week of the last game of the season, we had an open week, and we got to go watch back then Victoria when they were together, Memorial together, and so it plays dividends. I guess any bye week is good during the season.
Exactly. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest.
Hello, my name is Hilda Martinez, and I am seeking re-election for the Eagle Pass Independent School District Board of Trustees, Place 4. I humbly request your support in the upcoming election for School Board Place 4, and I sincerely ask for your vote.
Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season.
Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. We know that our patients deserve better than the typical cramped waiting areas and long lines. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Hey guys, welcome to Cool Supplements and Lifestyle. My name is Eddie Sanchez. I'm the owner, and I invite you guys to come and join us any day of the week, Monday through Sunday, here at Mall de las Águilas.
Really got it, really got it, really got it, really got it, yeah. Really got it, 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 really got
it. And we're back live as we got the the latter part. Make sure you guys come by Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. Coach was here earlier, and he was asking questions because they got a slew of car, truck, SUV. I mean, they got
Keeps
great,
bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
got a lot of vehicles here.
They have great selection, late model, pre-owned cars. So they're not they're late model, 2018s, 2017s, 2016s with low mileage. So come by and see them. General Manager Grant Bibb, of course, their finance department, Felix Tamez, will find a bank to finance your vehicle. So come on by 1997 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. 830-872-3444 is the number to call. As we get to the last segment, Coach, we were talking about it right now and in the break. You guys managed to slow down Jorge Murillo for United. He didn't have a good game. You also stopped Vela. He didn't have a good game. Or he didn't have an explosive game like we've seen in previous games. So you've been able to, they're number ones, and you guys are allowing 845 yards rushing so far, averaging about 105.6 yards per game, a total of 880 yards passing, which is 110 yards per game. And then you've allowed 87 points, an average of 10.8 points per game. And you've recorded 3 shutouts this season, plus the secondary has 12 interceptions this year. And if I'm not mistaken, I think everybody who has started already has one.
I think all our DBs, I think all our linebackers but one. But, yeah, you know, I think since I took over the secondary back in 99, I think we're averaging 16.8 interceptions per year. So we're about on pace to what we usually do.
Yeah. And again, it should have been 13 because
Nico's was an interception. Referee
hey, how big
wasn't in good position to make that call.
And how big was that Manny Rodriguez getting that tip drill for lineman? That's a dream, right?
One of the things that we talk to our kids about. You got to see it 1,000 times in your mind before you can accomplish it once. And Manny kept telling us all week, Coach, I feel it. I've been watching videos of how to make an interception, how to catch the ball, and He always comes close in practice, and we always say, how you practice is how you play. But for some reason, he kept telling me, and he actually said, Moy's going to tip it, and I'm going to intercept it. And oh, my God,
it happened
that way.
It happened that way, yeah. A quarterback was running out to the near side of the field, and he tried to dump it off, and Moy tipped it up, and
they had already run successfully like 3 times.
Yeah, they had ran that screenplay, that bubble route.
Actually, the last 2 times they ran it, David got a pick, and then Manny got a pick.
There
off
you
the
go.
Same play.
So, and again, the video, Coach. Once you go into the film session and you look and you break down film and you see this over and over, when you align yourself, you kind of say, "Look, I've seen this before." This is the tendency that they usually go.
And it's funny, every time we kept the sideline, they kept running that play. And we kept drawing up. This is what we need to do. This is what they're looking for. And sure enough, eventually we picked it out. The 4th or 5th time.
So, Coach, those stats and those numbers were brought to you by Eagle Pass Sports Central con Raul Perez, who's the guru statistician here in Eagle Pass. Everything
and
that
Conrad's on the phone every day with me, always trying to find insight on our opponents. He's probably more ready to play this game than we are.
Yeah, exactly. So, Alexander 3-0. They're top tied with United. Of course, United has a leg up on Eagle Pass as they beat us 39-20 back week 1 of district play. But was it, Coach? And I go back. Was it for you to kind of have that where you had a loss to kind of refocus and say, hey, it's not going to be easy in District 29 6A?
Well, I think we all knew that it was going to be a tough district, that a lot of teams were matched. I mean, even LBJ is a very good, solid team. And, Nixon, every team that we played, I've got to watch them on film. Nixon started 4-0. Unfortunately, this is a physical game, and they've had some injuries, and it's really hurt them. But every team in our district is good. Del Rio's played real. They've won 1 game, but they played everybody tough. And every team in our district they got a great coaching staff. They got great kids. They have good culture, and every Friday night is, you have to win in October.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to win in October, and and the best teams are going to keep getting better.
Yeah.
And those teams that keep getting better and stay healthy are going to play the best.
And Coach, as we conclude the Week 9 edition of Gridiron Talk, I know that the game tonight is going to be 7 o'clock at the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center. 7 o'clock kickoff, not 7:30. So make sure you guys, if you're going to go to Laredo, Loop 20 is kind of tough at about 4 or 5 o'clock. So make sure you guys go early, get there early, because traffic is tough. And if you don't get there early, you're going to get there late to the game. And this game is a big, big game. Now, if you're not going to be able to make the game, we're going to be having it live, streaming it live on our YouTube channel. That means we're going to be streaming audio and video, not just audio like in Friday nights. A lot of people have told me, hey, why don't you do Friday Night Football? We can't. UAL doesn't let us unless there's a big price tag. So we have Noah Garcia calling us right now, but I'm gonna have to say that we're busy. We're doing a show, but he can come in if he's here at Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. Coach, this week is crucial. 7 o'clock start. Is there anything that you want to add or anything that you want to tell our fans about tonight's game and what you guys expect from tonight?
Well, it's a big game, like we said. Alexander's a great opponent. It's for seeding. It still leaves us for a chance to win district if we can pull this one off, and Alexander can, knock off United, force a three-way tie there. We still have Del Rio, and that's a rivalry. It's always going to be big, but for our fans, make the trip to Laredo. It's going to be a great one. You can go to the outlets now over there.
Yeah.
And make it a whole weekend over there, stay over there Friday. But yeah, come out, wear orange, be loud, and be proud,
There you go. And Coach, thank you again for joining us. I know Tom was busy. Coach Cardenas also said that he was unable to make it today. Coach Villaseñor also had some due diligence as they're on their off week, so yes. They had some things that they had to iron out. And
they had a big win last week. So.
Yeah, they had a big 7-3 win against Harlan. That was big for them because that kind of puts them back.
I said they were going to win.
We were there. We actually did the game live from.
I got to see it
from Northside ISD. A beautiful Dub Ferris Stadium, and it was a physical matchup. A matchup of you're talking about a defense just like y'all's. The fast, they get to the ball.
I've got the honor of seeing their defense play real well, and I told Coach Perez, I go, they have a real good defense. They're going to stop Harlan. They're going to win the game, and the defense actually was the difference in the game.
Yeah, the defense won the game for them 7-3. Ricardo Morales was the giver of the pick six, 56-yard touchdown interception return. Myself and Noah were there doing that game, and we had the pleasure of giving the fans from Eagle Pass that couldn't make the game, that couldn't go. We had the pleasure of streaming it live, just like we are today. Thursday Night Football, game of the week. Alexander is hosting Eagle Pass, and we'll be back with more after this. We're going to bring in Felix. We're going to talk to Felix real quick and on some deals that we have today and throughout the weekend here at Ram Country Auto World. Again, Coach Olivas, thank you, Coach, for taking the time away from your busy schedule.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
And again, go Eagles, and we'll be back with more after this. Sarita's Tortilla Factory, with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Sarita's Tortilla Factory. we're back live. Watch us live on realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. YouTube channel, subscribe. It's Real Sports Live. Just go up. There you go. Felix Tamez.
Is it on?
Yeah, finance director here at Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard, Eagle Pass, Texas, 830-872-3444. You got cars, truck, SUV. I mean, you name it, we have it here at Ram Country Auto World. And the financing, you can talk to the banks. You can say, hey, we'll take care of it.
We got the best financing in town, believe me.
There you go. So don't take his word for it. Just come on by. Come on by. Don't take his word. When you take his word, that's why you're in here. You're in the showroom looking at what kind of deals do you have right now on late model vehicles right now. I know I drove a Camry the other day, and those Toyota Camrys are nice, they're nice. They drive smooth, and the gas mileage on those things, man, you can pump it full.
Like, it's funny how those cars, it's like, the one you drove, we still have it, but we get cars like that, we sell them within a day.
There you go.
It's like we give so good deals on them that it's like we don't have to stay with them you have to come and get them right away because they're gone.
They're gone.
People from Uvalde, Del Rio, Asherton, Carrizo, Crystal, they're on it, man. They know. They call, hey, you have this car. They're online. Check online.
Yeah.
RamCountryAutoWorld.com and check our used car inventory. We have SUVs.
Also on Facebook, right?
Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook also has. I know that you guys have some stuff on Facebook. We'll see what they have on Facebook right now, and I know we had a phone call from Grant. I don't know if he's gonna call again because I know he's got a meeting here in a little bit. But
he's over there
taking care of business.
Taking care of business for the store, man.
As
we got like I said, it's like you're right, Freddie. We got trucks, we got SUVs, mid-size SUVs. We have small cars. We have mid-size cars. Everything you name it, we got it. Dodge, Ford, Chevy, Honda, Buick, Ford. We have everything.
Everything.
You don't have to go look somewhere else. We have everything here, and they're all late models, 17, 18s.
Yeah.
We even got some 18s, Jeeps. We got some.
There's a 2017 Ford Fusion SE with 38,000 miles.
Yep.
That one's on their Facebook page, and it's priced out at $18,511. So, if you're looking, and that's a 2017.
2017.
Yeah, 18. They also have a 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan with 48,000 miles. It's an SXT. That's priced at $18,911. So, they have a BMW. They have a Toyota 2015 Toyota Highlander Limited, which has it's a V6. It's got leather and it's got third seat, all good stuff. That's 32,000 miles at $34,222. They have a Jeep Renegade Latitude 2017. That was not priced, but if you want to know more, go to the Facebook page.
And we have it for like $17,900.
$17,900. So see, he knows.
We have a Jaguar. We just got in a Jaguar for those who like the high-end cars. We also have those.
The BMW, the
BMW,
Jaguar.
The Jaguar. It's a 2017 with 14,000 miles. Real nice vehicle. Come and see it. Come test drive it. We also got an all-terrain GMC Sierra 2017, which with 32,000 miles on there. So we have real nice vehicles, and
the selection is
here. We just got like 10 cars yesterday. We got them in yesterday. We're getting them washed and back to the line. So come on over and we'll take care of you.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about football.
All right, let's go.
I know you have a son that plays football, but and he's a running back and he plays for the Broncos in the youth football league here in town. Have you been able to watch some of the Eagles games and listen to them and what's your take on the two teams here from CC-Win and Eagle Pass?
Man, it's like honestly, it's like when your kids are smaller, you tend to get away from going to watch the football games.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, they invited our kids.
Yeah.
The Broncos to go and walk out, run with the
out of the tunnel,
with the Mavericks and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And both my kids, my 7-year-old and my 12-year-old, they both play for the Broncos. So I was there, and it's like it's crazy how you see, it's like there's so much talent out there, man.
Yeah.
It's like you see, it's like you see freshman running backs, doing real good. You see, our friend's son, David Lopez, it's like
exactly.
your kid, it's like there's so much talent in those football teams. You know? I have a cousin with the Mavericks, Joe Blanco.
Jose Blanco. Yeah, the number 88, the receiver.
Yeah, receiver.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
Real good kid, real good athlete. So what it's like it's just crazy how you tend to get away, but then your kids are growing up and you
veer
see
back,
them and you're like, wow, it's like they have a real good program.
Exactly.
It's, like it's been getting better each year.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of talent.
You can't wait for yours to get up there, right?
It's like you want the best for the kids. It's like you see the games and. The fan, the Eagle Pass is all into it. It's like I hadn't been there in a while, and it was pretty good.
Let's switch. Let's flip the switch because I know we're talking X's and O's. Now we're gonna talk October baseball.
Oh man!
And the past 2 days, and I'm a baseball fan. Of course, I'm a Braves fan. We were done. We were one and done. But you're a big Dodger fan. You're big
to the Dodgers. Right?
Yeah, exactly. We lost to the Dodgers. You're a Dodger fan, and they threw Kershaw game 1. He went into the 5th inning, and then after that, it just the bullpen. And it happened again last night. Madsen came in after Ryu, and what happened? JD Martinez and crew.
If it wasn't for coaching, Dave Roberts, it's like my respects. He's a good coach, but he's made some
questionable moves.
Which we're not there. He's the one that's there. He's the one that deals. That's why he's in the World Series. But at the end of the day, it's like you kind of say, hey, what's you as a spectator, you're looking at it like, what's going on? This guy just struck out the two best hitters from the Red Sox, and you take them out because that you think they're gonna go matchup lefty matchup,
yeah.
And I'm like, wow. It's like I've been a Dodgers fan since I was small. My dad raised me watching
Dodger baseball,
like you watch.
I watch Braves, yeah.
Channel
we watch
23
channel, TBS, exactly.
But my dad we would sit there and watch the games and Dodgers. Everybody has, have you been to a game? Like, well, yeah, but and I'm a Lakers fan too. But
let's not even start with that because they had an overtime loss to the Spurs, who the Spurs don't have the Jonte Murray, and of course they don't have Manu anymore.
A good team.
Yeah, they do.
Have a good team.
They have a young team, and
just like the Lakers, that's wwhy it's like it was a game. It was a Spurs game all along.
Yeah.
I fell asleep and I woke up and went into overtime. Like, what? But, it's like, but going back to baseball, it's like, it's just some questionable decisions by the coach, but he's the head coach. And, we could see it in a way, he could see it a different way, but, hopefully they'll come back in LA,
Yeah, exactly. They got 3 games at LA. So, again, if Kershaw's needed, he'll probably be back in game 6 or game 7,
Well, you see Cora's way of doing things. He's putting his starting pitchers.
Yeah, exactly.
To pitch.
To pitch.
He doesn't trust his other bullpen, and it might help him throughout the series, and it might hurt him in the later games.
Yeah.
It's like Evaldi, or what's his name? Evaldi.
Yeah.
He's a game 4 starter, and he's used them the last 2 games, and you're like.
But he's used them minimal. I think he's used them maybe 1 or 2 innings. But and it's in a setup, bro. Because again, now with pitchers, you have starting pitchers going 5, 6 innings. Unless you're a Verlander, who you're still throwing gas at 95 in the 7th or 8th inning.
But like that kid Buehler for the Dodgers.
Exactly.
He's gonna go tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's consistent, 97, 98.
The lefty.
No, righty.
No, righty. Yeah, that's right, the righty.
Vanderbilt product, but he had Tommy John surgery. He was throwing 92, 93, 95. Now he's throwing 97, 98, 99, 100. Consistent. Like, God almighty, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
I think we have a good chance in LA with Buehler. He's like 5-0, 5-1 in Dodger Stadium.
Well, David Price was 0-9 in the postseason. Now he's 2-0.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was talking about it.
Yes, everybody was talking about David Price, and
right? Like,
exactly.
He chokes in the playoffs. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but Kershaw is Kershaw, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy year in and year out brings his A game.
But I think Kershaw this year has been on his injuries has taken
taken a toll. Yeah.
I think he just needs to, he'll be ready to go, but he's been dealing with some injuries, and it's like you expect him to throw the way he would always throw, but it's like he's just going out there. I think he's going out there hard. It's like that,
dedication
hard of wanting to win the World Series.
Exactly.
Being there for his team.
And people are kind of texting me, will tonight's game be live video? Yes, tonight, Thursday Night Football is live video. So if you want to be at home, I know you have like a 72-inch TV at home. Oh, yeah. If you want to put the YouTube channel, you can actually sit there and watch the game. From your, or if you want to,
we'll do that.
If you want to tailgate or carne, just send me.
I saw you were doing a carne.
Oh yeah, last night we were at a friend's house.
GPI, man. Thanks for the invitation.
Well, yeah, GPI. I know. Gracias por invitar. Yeah, I had that. I had that same notion because I actually went on Snapchat to kind of just, hey, we're pre-gaming for Alexander Eagle Pass. Yeah. Make sure you guys go to our YouTube channel. I was just promoting today's game. But yeah, I was.
It's like, and I was telling one of my friends that I'm, real proud of you, Freddie, that you take the time to follow our kids, that you do this for a living because you love to do it.
Yeah.
But, it's like it's something that nobody's taking the
initiative,
initiative to do it, and you took it by the horns, and it's been going great for you.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate
it helps
it,
the community, with our kids. One of our parents has to work, and you have this, you got YouTube and watch the game and don't have to worry about driving all the way to Laredo,
a 2-hour game, a 2-hour drive. Yeah.
Yeah. And some of us work, we're in the car business. You know how it is.
Yes. 8, 9 o'clock.
But it's a good thing, man. It's like,
I'm anxious to cover. I'm actually anxious to cover one of y'all's games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the youth football league. I know.
You should ask AD, man. He gets excited with those touchdowns.
Yeah. Let's. On another note, Alexander's coming in 3-0. But no.
So Eagle Pass is 3-1.
Eagle Pass is 3-1. They only lost to United here, 39-20. And they've been able this past couple of weeks they've been able to take care of business and get back into the race for the district title as they're they're defending champions because Southwest is in another district. They're in 14-5A.
They're with the Mavericks, right?
They're in 14-5A with CC Win, Harlandale, Harlan, Legacy, and actually Southwest right now is in first place, and then you got Harlan at 2-1. Harlandale at 2-1. You got Eagle Pass CC Win at 2-2. So they're right out there.
They
Martin
just beat Harlan, right?
Yeah, they just beat Harlan 7-3. That was our Saturday night game of the week in San Antonio. We were over there covering that game too.
It was a defensive battle.
Yeah, it was a very, very good defensive battle, and the only defensive touchdown was with Ricardo Morales, number 46, the linebacker.
Pick six, right?
It was a pick six, a 57-yard pick, a 56-yard pick six. When Harlan was driving in that possession, they were driving. I think there was play 10 or 11 in that drive, and he took it back. And Noah and I were doing the game, and I'm calling the game. I'm calling the play, and he's at the 30, he's at the 20, and at the 20 he just bursted. I mean, he had a second win. Yeah, and at the beginning when he caught it, it was like, okay, there's 2 or 3 guys right behind him, but he switched it in gear and took it into the end zone, and the Mavericks defense, along with the Mikey de los Santos, their heart and soul, man. Mikey de los Santos, number 33, is their heart and soul of that defense, and Patricio Hernandez, amongst other guys, Ontiveros on the line. There's a lot of kids that play hard and play hard-nosed football for Coach Villaseñor.
And again, it's like you go back to the heart and dedication because we're always outsized, you know what I mean? Like when you go play San Antonio, Medina Valley, all them schools, they have big boys. We're always the smallest offensive lines, defensive lines, but we have heart, we have speed. It's like that's one thing that caught my eye when I went to go see the games. There's so much speed, man.
Yeah,
they're fast.
The speed.
Like, boom, and they're big kids, and you're like, wow. It's like,
the speed and we were talking about it earlier, and I know Grant gets very excited on the mic when we're talking. But
Grant gets excited for everything.
Yeah, he gets excited for everything.
Gets excited. You know what? Come see Grant. He'll get you approved.
Yes.
He wants you to take a car, but he gets excited for everything.
Yeah, he gets excited for selling a car. You're gonna see his excitement in his face, and when you come talk to him, come by 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. You go past Texas. Call him up at 830-872-3444. Norma, Alex, you guys got a new
Norma, Alex, Yvette, Oscar Ponzo Peña.
You got Ponzi scheme here.
Yeah, Billy Perez.
Billy Perez is here.
We got Rolly Flores as our sales manager. We got who else? Abel Posada, and then myself
George.
as the finance director, and George
Aguilar.
Yeah, George is
okay, yeah. Well,
he decided to take his talent somewhere else.
Okay,
but we miss him.
and what about
Carlos Garza?
Yeah, Carlos Garza. Yeah, you can't forget him.
Yeah, no, Carlos. He'll be waiting for you at the door.
Yeah, he'll be waiting for you to make a deal happen. He will do what needs to be done. But guys, again, if you can't make the trip to Laredo, make sure you guys,
Alex.
Make sure you guys.
And then we got the guy in the hat.
The guy in the hat.
Guy in the hat. You need a truck. You need an SUV. He'll take care of you.
The guy in the hat.
We call him the guy in the hat. The guy with the hat.
The guy with the hat. It's like cat. It's like cat in the hat.
Cat in the hat. Yeah.
Cat in the hat.
I play around
Alex.
Risa right
Alex
here.
Risa.
What y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're week 9 of high school football, and it's a big game tonight. I'm pretty sure you'll be watching on our YouTube channel.
We sure will.
And of course, if you guys need a deal, come talk to Alex.
Yeah,
and
come talk to the guy with the hat. We'll set you up on anything you need: car, SUV, pickup truck, airplanes, helicopters. We got you covered here.
Motorcycles.
Motorcycles, submarines, everything. We got them.
Everything.
Here
with
we had
a motorcycle, and one of our salesmen.
Bought it.
He couldn't pass on it.
Yeah.
And it was raining the other day, and he was without a helmet, going like that, and he's excited. So we sell everything.
We sell everything here.
You know he's a new kid on the bike because he comes in with bugs all over his shirt.
Yeah, there you go. He doesn't have his biker helmet or his biker jacket.
Oh, he already bought a helmet.
Oh, he did.
He bought some glasses.
There you go.
His father-in-law gave him.
Okay, there you go.
Nice father-in-law.
So we're live from Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. Call them up at 830-872-3444. I'm looking at this Audi right here in front of us. It's a SQ5.
Supercharged.
It's a supercharged. Yeah. I remember you had a supercharged.
Oh yeah, I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee
Jeep.
supercharged. Those tires were expensive.
Yeah, let's not talk about the tires, right? But Alex can help you guys out. Of course, their finance director, Felix Tamés, is also here. Grant is not in the office, but you can call him up at his phone number, and I won't give his phone number out, but you can call him up, and he'll get you a car deal as quick as I snap my fingers.
Yep. Call our
You're
number
done.
Here, 830-872-3444.
There you go, 3444 3444.
Give a guy in the hat a call.
Give a guy in the hat a call.
Thank you, Alex.
All right, thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. Go Eagles. And Mavericks, yeah. You got to support both teams. As actually, CCWin is off this week. They don't have a game till next week, so and they go to Southwest next week. It's a big game.
That's gonna be a good one, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. So, guys, thank you very much. That's week 9, the week 9 edition of Gridiron Talk, as we're live from Ram Country Auto World. Don't forget, go to Real Sports Live and subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you actually get a notification of when we're on live. Okay. And we're just not live here. We're live in the valley. We're live in San Antonio. We're live even in El Paso.
There's different. You got coverages.
Yeah, we got coverage.
And all the,
exactly. Yeah. The Southwest region, which is myself, Freddie Rea. I cover Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Laredo, and South San Antonio. I've been getting phone calls. There's a big Saturday game, South San versus Churchill Chargers. That's a big game over there in San Antonio on Saturday. We want to also congratulate Coach Gonzalez, the cross country, as they made it to regionals, but they fell short in regionals. And to the Mighty Eagle Band, as they got the 38th consecutive Division I. So they are moving on, and they're going to be competing Saturday morning in the band.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to give kudos.
They won last week.
Yeah,
right?
they got the.
They advanced.
They advanced, so they're gonna be, I believe it's area regional. They're gonna go compete in San Antonio again.
I remember when I used to play, the band used to get me hyped. The songs, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They used to get me hyped up to play, and you know.
You played linebacker, right? Or you played running back.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. I don't want to remember my day.
Mid 80s, mid 90s. No, mid 90s.
Late 90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s. So. Yeah. But yeah, we were doing some agujas last night, and you know that whenever we put something on social media, you know that you're always invited.
Oh yeah.
Because if we put it public, now if it was private, then yeah, I mean.
That's what I tell my friends. Hey, if you see it on Snap, on Facebook, I don't have to invite you. You can come over yourself.
You knock on the front door. Hey, Felix.
But it's like I appreciate if we get a text or something. I don't know if I don't know if you're gonna. I'm gonna send you like a.
Okay.
In a motorcycle.
In a motorcycle, just by myself, because I do have a big, a big thing that I got to take all my equipment in. But anyways, guys, thank you once again for joining us at realsportslife.com. Week 9 of Gridiron Talk. We'd like to thank Coach Olivas for coming out and talking to us. Man, it's getting the weather. Yeah, the weather's changing. Talk about bipolar weather in Texas.
I know, right?
Past 3 days has been nothing but rain and mist, and now
54. Now it's gonna be 90.
Now it's gonna be 90. So, guys, for great deals on car, trucks, or SUVs, don't forget, guys, come on by 1997 North Veterans Boulevard, and they're right beside Ashley's Furniture, right by the Town Place Suites Marriott, right in front of Holiday Inn Express, and I mean they got trucks, cars, SUVs, small cars.
And one thing is bad credit, good credit,
no
no credit, no credit. We'll get you approved. We'll try our best to get you approved. Our approval ratio is real high, so try to get in here and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, I know the office manager doesn't like when you guys approve everybody.
Clara Morales, she has to work harder when we sell cars, so but she's ready to work.
So we want to
say hi, Clara. Come here. Say hi to come here.
She's shy. We tried the last time that we were here. We tried. We tried to get her.
Say hi.
We tried to get her on, and she said no. She's like, that's not for me. I'm not I'm behind the scenes.
Such a professional person.
Yeah, she is.
Like, she's our heart and soul from the office and everything, and it's just. She doesn't want to come live to say hi.
Just to say hi. Just to say, hey, guys, come visit us at Ram Country Auto World.
Thank you, Clara.
In Eagle Pass, Texas. So what's your prediction? What's the score tonight? Alexander, Eagle Pass.
They both have good defenses.
Yes.
And they both have good offenses.
Yes.
God. I'm going to have to go 24-17 Eagle Pass.
24-17 Eagle Pass by a touchdown.
By a touchdown at the end. Late touchdown.
A late touchdown.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. So that you heard it here. Felix, who likes sports.
Oh yeah.
I mean, baseball, football, college football.
Everything.
Hey,
Longhorns, baby.
Well, the Longhorns are right now ranked 6th
in the nation.
But how in the world is Oklahoma ranked still after losing to Texas?
Strength of schedule, man. I think.
What did you think? What did you think about the
Michigan was ranked 15.
Yeah.
And then they beat
Michigan State. No,
it was the one before that, and Texas had just beaten Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Which Oklahoma was like 3rd
mm-hmm.
in the nation, and Texas jumps up to 9th, and Michigan jumps from 15 to 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
But you go back to strength of schedule.
Purdue.
You go back to who you play, how many ranked teams you play. I guess it's their numbers.
Yeah, it's the.
How they do it, but it's like I think Texas has a good chance. They just
to make it to the top 4. It's big money.
You know what? They have a start. They have a hard schedule coming up.
Yeah.
They have Oklahoma State, which they've always struggled. They still have West Virginia.
And
then they have Texas Tech. So,
and it's always a gunslinger with Texas Tech. Yeah.
It's like, so we'll see, man.
Hey, what did you think about the Purdue game?
Hey,
Rolando is coming in. Flores
in the house.
Sales manager here at Ram Country Auto World. Come on by. If Grant's not here, he's here, and he'll be helping you with the car deal along with Felix. So, yeah, Purdue laid it on. It was Ohio State?
Yeah. It was crazy because but you go back to, it's like anybody could beat anybody, man. It's like if
whoever's on
hard,
is on.
If you play the right, if you
execute.
It's like Coach Oliva said. If whoever executes the most and whoever makes less
mistakes,
mistakes. But it's like, man, it's crazy. And
it is crazy.
Like, it's crazy how you could be ranked, you could be on top of the world, and then at the end, you're done.
You don't make the college football playoffs, which only the top 4 make it to the college football playoffs. So, again, for my colleague Grant Bibb, who probably won't make the game tonight, but. He
wants to.
He's
probably setting up something to go from San Antonio to Laredo. Or something, 'cause he really likes going, and I think he wants to take over Freddie there.
It's okay. It's all right.
Right? He's like, hey.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
No, but it's hard, man.
I love.
It's hard and dedication, and like I've said, thank you for being out there for our kids.
Yeah,
and promoting our sports, which we have a lot of talent in this town. We just have to expose it for people to see it,
Man, I'm excited because now we go from football to football playoffs to basketball. We start basketball.
They have a good team, right?
Yeah, they have some pretty good teams on both CCUN and Eagle Pass side. So, but we're in a district where, man, those Laredo schools, they can. Laredo Nixon is no joke. They went to the finals, the regional finals this past year. And they can put up some numbers, man. Yeah, wow. Coach Solis and Laredo Nixon basketball is no joke this year. I hope to cover some of those games. I know we covered one of their games in Kingsville, playoff games last year, and it was one of those games where we got to see them cut the net. Those kind of moments. Wow. And when you cut the net. And move on and go to the regional finals.
Which it's hard for our South Texas teams, like our, the South, because we hardly, we can't compete with those, talented kids like, that are 6'5", 6'3".
Yeah, and you got a 6'5" guard. Exactly. Yeah, it's not a post, it's a guard.
It's like you're trying to shoot it. And he blocks it.
Yeah.
It's just hard. Basketball is anywhere you see it. Basketball, baseball, football. But it's more crucial in basketball because you gotta have that height.
But in baseball, you don't.
You don't.
Because Altuve.
Football, Altuve is. I love the Dodgers, but I love how Altuve plays.
Yeah.
With a passion.
Exactly.
And that's what you have. You gotta have that heart and passion to go to the next level, man.
There you go.
And he has it.
So
thank you, Freddie, for everything. Come see us at Ram Country Auto World, and we'll take care of you.
1997 North Fairness Boulevard, Eagle Pass, Texas. 830-872-3444 is the number to call. So, guys, from all of us here, for Coach Olivas, for Felix Tamez, for Grant Bibb, and all his staff here, I'm Freddie Lea. Thank you. Keep talking sports. We'll see you on the flip side. Good day and goodbye.